Hello, my name is Lewis, and today I'll be recording episode 2 of my Bushido Life Change. And in today's episode, I'll be sharing some of my inspirations into choosing this topic and also sharing who has inspired me. And as well as in previous episodes, I'll be sharing my experiences, and this time in weeks 8 to 9, and how they've affected me. So my, uh, my, I have to say, starting this project when we were in our lecture first time and hearing about uh, what we were going to do for our assessment. I thought, what could I do? And the first thing that popped into my mind was following the Bushido code, as it was something that I've been thinking about for a while. And this was probably down to um, in high school. And in my advanced higher history class, we had to write a 4,000 word dissertation on Tokugawa Japan. And at the time, something that I wasn't really interested in doing, but at the time, I started getting more into it, started putting more research into it, and after hating the thought of writing something so long that at the time I didn't know anything about, um, after months we put lots of work into it, and at the end I was really fascinated by Japan and stuff like that. So as well as the samurai, something that really inspired me. So at the end, after writing my thing, it was a decent enough dissertation which got me a pass. So I got a tattoo to celebrate it. And yeah, it was a good time, I guess. But this guy's a fighter here, and this is one of my inspirations as well as to why I chose this topic. Um, and yeah, during this period um, of writing my dissertation, I was watching UFC, which is basically mixed martial arts that's broadcast on TV. And this fighter here that was doing particularly well at the time was a Czech fighter from the Czech Republic, obviously, from called Yuri Prohaska. And when I was reading a bit about him, I saw that he follows the Bushido code, and at the time, probably quite relevant to me as I was learning a bit about Japan at the time. So it was a really good fighter at the time that stood out to me. And when I was doing martial arts, I copied some of his techniques, his style, his kicks, etc. So yeah, I've also included a link here about his journey in the UFC and how he follows the Bushido code. So a lot of people like to call him the Czech samurai, which he often disregards. You can see he's a bit mental, but you have to be as a martial arts fighter. But yeah, good article to read up on if you're curious. But as far as experiences go, in weeks 8 to 9, um, I'd started going for walks after meals, which is something that I wanted to do to keep more active, and this helped both the mind and the belly as well, because you're burning a few calories off. Um, and I also, as my job as an auditor, which basically like a secret shopper, which I go from shop to shop asking if asking to buy something, and got to check if they ask for ID and stuff like that. Um, and for one of my audits, I was sent to North Berwick and Dunbar, which of course I got the bus to North Berwick and I didn't walk, but from North Berwick to Dunbar, I walked, and it was very nice. Lovely day. Took the best day for it, I suppose. Took some photos as well of me at the beach, and it was a really good time. You know, I think this is something that I started to enjoy a wee bit more taking walks out of my my regular time instead of just getting the bus all the time. I thought, I'll walk instead. It might be a fair walk, a decent amount to go to, but I think it paid off. But yeah, also wanted to say that to add to my morning meditations, I'd also start meditating during the evenings and towards nighttime to help with my sleep. And at the time, I wasn't sleeping so well, but yeah, I'd also been meaning to find ways to improve my diet, but uh, and I hadn't actually found out that I was just like that disciplined yet. But it's something that I was looking forward to fixing in the future. But at that time, I hadn't found a solution yet. And yeah, as something as well that I mentioned in the last episode was the need to remind myself of the Bushido virtues during the day. And this image here is what I actually set to my iPhone lock screen, which reminded me of the virtues and was a good reminder during the day of what I'm doing, what this project's about, and really keep it refreshed in my memory. Which I thought was good. I think it was quite good to keep refreshing my memory. But yeah, my final thoughts though for episode 3. By the end of week 9, I managed to maintain probably a decent healthy sleep schedule. Although I have to say, as you can see on the weekends here, well, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, well, it's not that bad, but um, I thought, you've got to watch some of your favorite sports. So I'm quite into Formula One, and that Formula One at the time we're in Asia, so I'm staying up at like ridiculous times to watch the qualifying, um, Grand Prix stuff like that. So that probably wasn't so good, but I think a few nights doesn't hurt. But also wanted to note on this thing that I'd seen that my iPhone screen time was drastically lower, and this was probably because instead of scrolling in the mornings, I was taking the time to meditate. Well, after you meditate, you're not looking to go on your phone afterwards. You're interested in starting your day. So yeah, um, that's better than spending 20 to 30 minutes in bed scrolling on social media. So that's good. But one thing I also wanted to include was was my mum kept saying that she's suspicious that I'm going to ask for something with the way that I was behaving. As normally as I tend to play up to her when I want something, but with this project, um, I think it really shows that my actions are being recognised at least, and uh, positive thing to note. So yeah, but yeah, that's basically it for episode 3. And yeah, go check out episode 4. So yeah, thanks for listening.